Let me take you back to when I was 14 years old. That was the first time I heard the phrase, "she's out of your league." I didn't question it. I just accepted it like a law of nature. And for over a decade, I lived under the weight of that belief. Every time I saw an attractive woman, something inside me would tighten. She's too pretty for me. I'm not tall enough, not confident enough, not successful enough. Basically, not enough. By the time I was 25, I had built an entire identity around that idea. I thought attractive women belonged to some elite group, a group I didn't qualify for. And so I did what a lot of guys do when they feel that kind of insecurity. I overcompensated. I'd buy girls drinks, try too hard to make them laugh, compliment them constantly, even confess my feelings way too early, thinking that if I just tried hard enough, maybe I could earn their attention. But you know what always happened. They lost interest. They smiled politely, said thank you, and moved on. Some gave me their number and never replied. Others just labeled me a nice guy. And every rejection confirmed what I believed. See, I told you. You're not good enough. Have you ever felt something like that? Maybe your version of this story is different, but the emotion is the same. That deep gnawing sense that you're not on her level, that you have to work extra hard just to be noticed. If you've ever carried that belief around like a silent weight, you're not alone. But I'm here to tell you something I wish someone had told me back then. It's not true. It never was. And it's time to let that lie go. Exposing the lie, out of your league, isn't real. Let's get one thing straight. There is no such thing as a league. No secret ranking system where women are placed on pedestals and guys have to qualify to approach them. That whole idea, it's made up. And the worst part, most of us believe it because everyone else does. We see it everywhere on dating apps, in ads, in movies, in locker room talk, even in YouTube comments. She's a 10, bro. You've got no chance. She's way out of your league. It's so common, it starts to feel like truth. But here's the reality. Just because a belief is popular doesn't make it right. Think about it. Most people blindly follow the crowd. They go through life on autopilot, never questioning why they think the way they do. And when you look at the results that most people get in life, it's not pretty. Most people are unhappy, unhealthy, financially stressed, emotionally disconnected. Their relationships shaky at best. They spend more time complaining than creating, more time watching than living. So tell me, why would you want to think like the majority? Why adopt their beliefs if you don't want their results? The truth is, when you say she's out of my league, what you're really doing is shrinking yourself. You're handing away your power before the game even begins. You're deciding you're unworthy without ever giving yourself a fair shot. And let's take it one step further. Every time you rate a woman, say she's a 10, you're not just objectifying her. You're also telling yourself that she's above you, that you don't belong on her level, that she's better without even knowing her. And the moment you believe that, your energy shifts. You stop showing up as an equal. You start acting like you need to impress her. You chase, you tiptoe, you perform. And guess what? She can feel it. And when a woman feels like you're beneath her, she has no choice but to look down, reclaiming your power. You choose how to see yourself. Here's something I wish someone had told me years ago, something so simple but life-changing once you truly understand it. You get to choose how you see yourself. You are not stuck with the self-image you inherited from childhood, or from high school, or from years of rejection or comparison. You are not required to keep believing the same story that you're not tall enough, rich enough, funny enough, whatever enough. That story, it was never yours to begin with. It was handed to you by media, by peers, maybe even by family. But just because it was handed to you doesn't mean you have to carry it any longer. Let me ask you something. If you knew there was another way to see yourself, a way that made you feel powerful, confident, and magnetic, why wouldn't you choose that? Why would you keep choosing a lens that makes you feel small? This isn't about lying to yourself or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about realizing that perception creates experience. How you see yourself determines how you show up. And how you show up determines how the world responds to you. When you approach a woman and you believe deep down that she's better than you, you act differently. You hesitate. You filter your words. You laugh too hard at her jokes. You become overly agreeable. You seek her validation instead of owning your value. And without even realizing it, you make her feel like the prize while you feel like the applicant. But what if you walked in with the mindset, I bring value? I don't need to be chosen, I choose to. What if instead of putting her on a pedestal, you stood beside her eye to eye, not cocky, not fake, but grounded, real, equal? That shift alone changes everything. Because here's the truth, whatever you consistently believe about yourself will eventually become your reality. So if you're ready to break free from old beliefs, if you're ready to stop waiting to feel enough, then keep listening, because what I'm about to share next is where it all changes. How to create emotional gravity. So let's talk strategy. You've probably had this experience before. You're talking to a woman and things seem to be going well. She's smiling. She's asking questions. The vibe feels good. You think, okay, this might actually go somewhere. So you keep doing what you're doing, being nice, staying engaged, maybe even trying a little harder to keep the energy up. But then, out of nowhere, she goes cold. She says something vague like, "It was nice talking to you," and disappears. Or she gives you her number and never responds. Or worse, she talks to you for hours, makes it feel personal. Then drops the, "let's just be friends" bomb. And you're left confused, frustrated, and wondering, what did I do wrong? The answer is subtle, but powerful. You gave away your approval too easily. See, most men think the way to keep a woman interested is to stay agreeable. Validate her constantly and keep the good vibes flowing. But here's the truth, what's given too freely is valued less. Especially when it comes to women who are very attractive. They're used to men giving them attention just for showing up. So when you do the same, when you approve too quickly, too fully, it doesn't feel earned. It feels expected. And what we expect, we take for granted. That's where the approval takeaway technique comes in. It's simple, it's playful, and it works. Here's how it goes. You give her a moment of positive attention or connection, something genuine. Then just as things are going smoothly, you gently pull it back. This tiny shift creates something magical, emotional gravity. It activates curiosity. Makes her wonder, wait, what just happened? Did I lose him? Did I say something wrong? And just like that, you go from being one more guy chasing to the one guy she wants to figure out. But this isn't about being manipulative. It's not about punishing her or playing power games. It's about showing that your attention is valuable, because it is. It's about creating tension, not comfort. Mystery, not predictability. A spark she feels drawn to, not something she expects on demand. And the moment she starts wondering what you're thinking is the moment she starts feeling something real. What to say to keep her hooked without trying hard. Now let's make this practical. You know the theory behind the approval takeaway technique. But how do you actually use it in real conversations without coming across as rude, awkward, or trying too hard? The answer lies in playful teasing, not sarcasm, not insults, not negging, but light, flirty comments that create contrast, moments of push and pull that make her lean in. Here's the key. You're not trying to win her. You're creating tension. You're showing her that you're confident enough to challenge her energy, even when she's beautiful. Let me give you some examples. If she says something you mildly disagree with, uh-oh, you're losing me. I had such high hopes for us. Smirk if she flirts with you. You don't want to flirt with me. I'm terrible for you. If she tells you her age, oh, you're way too young for me. I like women who pay taxes. If she gets a little bratty, that's it. I'm breaking up with you. You can keep the beach house, but I'm taking the dog. If she calls you a jerk playfully, yeah, you should definitely go talk to those nice guys over there. They'll write you poems and stuff. If she's too confident, you're trouble, aren't you? Get out of here, I can't be seen with you. These lines aren't about being clever. They're about establishing a frame. You're not here to impress her. You're here to enjoy the moment with her, not for her. Because here's the thing. Most guys don't know how to playfully pull away. They either go all in too fast, or they freeze up and do nothing at all. But the sweet spot, the real attraction zone, is right in between. You flirt, then you step back. You compliment, then challenge. You open up, then tease. And all of it says one powerful thing: I'm not afraid to lose you, because I know my value. When you say something cheeky and then smile like you don't care how she takes it, that's charisma. That's confidence. And that's the moment she starts chasing you. So let's bring it all together. If there's one thing I want you to take from this entire message, it's this: attraction isn't about being perfect. It's about being grounded. Not taller, not richer, not funnier, smoother, or more alpha. Grounded. It means you don't flinch when you talk to a beautiful woman. You don't get nervous when the moment gets quiet. You don't treat her like a queen or a prize you have to win. You treat her like a person because you see yourself as one of value. That's where everything shifts. Because here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing women who seem out of your league is the moment they start seeing you differently. Why? Because you're no longer handing over your power. You're no longer acting like you need to be chosen. You're no longer shrinking yourself to earn someone else's attention. You've reclaimed your position. You've stepped into self-respect. And that right there is more attractive than any pickup line outfit or gym routine. Let's be real. You're going to meet women who are stunning, who turn heads when they walk into a room, who seem from the outside like they have everything. But if you let that intimidate you, you'll never connect with them. If you can stand in front of her, look her in the eye, smile like you're already enough, you'll create a presence most guys never reach. Because most guys are too busy performing, too busy pleasing, too busy proving. But you're just being calm, playful, curious, and confident enough to walk away if the vibe's not right. That's real power. That's real attraction. That's what makes a woman say, there's something different about this guy. So next time you see a woman who takes your breath away, don't overthink it. Don't overcompensate. Don't hand her your crown. Look her in the eyes and remember, there is no league. There is no pedestal. There is only presence. And you already belong.